What's good with it, y'all? Welcome to Ready Tape. And today we're going to be talking about Derek Carr and these football players on the Raiders that are 2-6, leaving us disappointed ultimately, and leaving not only us Raider fans disappointed, but former Raider players that's actually taking these teams to the Super Bowl have something to say about it, man. We're going to talk about it in this video. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's the best way, the free way to support. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Go make a play. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Now let's get into it. Yo, first things first, y'all know what it is, man. Rich Gannon, former quarterback for the Raiders, took us to the Super Bowl in 2002. Really was the last quarterback to do anything for this team, honestly. And the dude comes out to say that the players need to step up. Ultimately, that you can't blame the coaching. And at the end of the day, that we have playmakers. You went out and signed a bunch of guys on this football team to go make plays, and it hasn't been happening. And those are ultimately the people that make the points. And he has a great point to say that, look, you can't blame the coaching all the time. And it's easy to blame the coaching. That's ultimately what everybody's trying to do, to give these players excuses. But when you give contracts out, for instance, Davante Adams getting 30 million, 20 plus $1 million a year. Let's put it that way. You give a first and a second to bring him over here to add weapons to this offense, and then you turn around and give Derek Carr 30 million a year. And you talk about the fact that we don't score any points against the Jaguars. We lose against the Jaguars. That's a disappointment in its own. And you talk about 0 points against the Saints. That's a disappointment in its own. And we've had multiple opportunities to score the ball and win football games at the end of the game, and we haven't been able to do it. And that's a disappointment. So when you say that Josh McDaniels is the problem, you got to look at the players at the same time and say, damn, the players are the problem too. And it's just everybody. But when you have the former guy, the former Raider, Rich Gannon, say that the players need to step up, it's just an eye opener at the end of the day, because really that's who I blame it on. I can't sit here and say Josh McDaniels is the one dropping passes. I can't sit here to say Josh McDaniels is the one missing throws. Derek Carr had a guy wide open. Josh McDaniels schemed open to Amir Abdullah, the four-string running back, y'all. The Josh McDaniels schemed him open in the back of the end zone, and what does Derek Carr do? Throw it in the back of the defender. How do you throw the ball short with a guy open with about 3 yards? That's the end of the half. We would have been up. We would have been winning the football game, even though the defense folds. We would have been winning that football game regardless. Now, we talk about the scheme. I've seen Davante Adams dropping a few passes these last few games, y'all. And I'll be honest, he's one of the better wide receivers, but something is definitely off with these players. Now, I don't know if it's a locker room issue, but at the end of the day, we have to look at these players and say, dude, you're dropping passes, you're missing throws, you're missing blocks, you're not out there making plays like we expected you guys to. At the end of the day, they're the ones on the field, and they're the ones with the ball in their hands. So I definitely agree with Oof, I don't even know what that was. I definitely agree what Rich Gannon had to say about this one, and it was a great take, because ultimately I believe he is right. Same thing on the defense side of the ball. I know I talk about the offense a lot, but you talk about the defense side of the ball, they haven't been great. But at the same time, they've given opportunities for our high-powered, for our Lamborghini offense, for our $110 million offense to go out there and make a play and score and win the game for us, be our backbone, and they haven't done it. 2-6 is the result of that, man. And you talk about the Chargers defense. You talk about the Falcons defense, the Dolphins defense, the Chiefs defense. They're all giving up the same amount of points, if not more. Go look at the statistics, and you'll see their defense is giving up more or just the same amount of points as the Raiders. And when you talk about the offense, the Raiders offense is scoring less points than those teams. And if you take out the defensive touchdowns that we have scored this year, we would be way more down the list than the Dolphins, the Chargers, the Chiefs, and so on and so forth. So it's really difficult for me to sit here and blame the coaching staff, or excuse me, the defense and the coaching staff, when the offense has all the playmakers, has all the money, has everything going in their favor, and has lacked the ability to close out games, be clutch, and score a touchdown on at least the last drive. One of the last drives. I mean, 4 drives, and we had 4 opportunities for the offense to score against the Jaguars, and we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. So don't sit there and blame the coaches when missing passes, dropping passes, not making the right blocks. So let me know that in the comments what you guys think, man, what Rich Gannon had to say. I know some of you guys like him, some of you don't. Some of you love Carr, some of you don't. Some of you hate, most of you hate Josh McDaniels. Let me know that in the comments what you guys think. Hit that like button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and check our redemption brand if y'all want to cop any gear, man. Until next time, rate the tape.